Good morning, everyone. Today, I'd like to share with you my story of how my ego manifests in my diets. I'm beginning to see how my ego has grown so big. I left it unchecked for years. I didn't realize the way I am until I was guided by Holy Spirit to fast and eventually to become vegan. All through my life, I believe all my indigestion issues stem from my inability to digest too much fibers or too hard fibers due to weak pancreas or one of the digestive enzymes. That leads to my animal proteins heavy diets. I kept my diet leans more toward proteins from animals, and I love white rice, noodles, and sweet dessert. Every day, I'll go to the market with my mom in the morning and get some desserts made of sticky rice, wheat flour, sugar, coconut eggs, and sesame seed, mung beans, uh, beans, corn. I will have one or two types of dessert which my mom allows since these seem to be the things that I ate at time. I left this part of my ego desires grow unchecked, not realizing I had become so addicted to them until I tried to convert my diet to vegan, stop all added sugar foods, pastries, as well as limit my carbohydrate consumptions. I never knew my craving for these foods can be so strong to the point that it consumes my mind. The worst part is that I still couldn't see how much food had control over me. I broke my own vows and promises several times over the past few years with God. I want to keep my promises so bad, but I succumb to my own ego desires. How I knew it's my ego desires and not my soul desires? It's relentless, strong emotions and even intense thoughts at times, until it was fed and fulfilled. Then the feelings and the thought went away. While it's being fed, I might have a slight feelings of guilt mixed in with pressure, but not exactly happiness or joy or I don't feel proud afterwards. I sometimes try to hide from these feelings of guilt by any form of um, distractions. How ego desires work? It works through fears. Fears of starvation, fear of unhealthy, not having enough food, fears of running out, fears of lack, fear of hunger, fear of feeling hurt. I would set my good intention to not fail my words, my own words. But then when come the meal times, my ego desires start taking over. I forgot about the limitations or restrictions. More like I set it aside. I would I would reach for food I didn't intend to grab. Then I feel guilty afterwards. These are ego desire cycle. Then the next day I will reset my intention to restrict some food or certain kind of food or whatever. I intended to achieve. Another characteristic of ego desires are such that they tend to grow if I allowed it. It keeps wanting more or moving from one thing to the next. The way to tame my ego is through reasonable, steady, balanced discipline and not to focus on restriction or limitations. I would find something to focus my mind and try not to be around foods too much. Never let myself to be too hungry or too full and find balance point and keep steady healthy diets. Never eat too big, don't eat too small. Listen to affirmations also help. Is another thing I find is to train my body so that it will secrete the proper amount of digestive enzymes by avoiding uh, high sugary food, oily food, um, eat less or no meat, and slowly change to it and adapt into it and lower the amount of carbohydrate. Stick with more of clean food, clean vegetables, and fruits in the proper amount. I also try to eat meal at the same time every day and avoid alcohol, caffeine, and sugary drink and processed foods, candies. I also try to have the portion size to fit my energy needs um, a little bit when I need to do more physical or is demanding more energy, then I eat a little bit more. But try to stick with about the same. Find something I like to do. It helps to take my mind off of food and don't make myself too lonely. Um, also notice when I'm in the flow, um, working on something I like to do, I'm not hungry. Also, is I try to lose the habit of reaching for comfort food. There really not no such thing as comfort food. It's likely you would feel guilty after eating. So that's it. If you um, ever try to change or switch or adjust your diet, think about all those points that I go over with you, and hopefully that help you in your own journey. And I hope you find it useful, and uh, I hope you like this video. Let me know what would you like to see or hear or learn about, and I welcome all your comments. Thank you for watching, and much love and lights to you. Bye now.